Fortunately enough, the house next door has just come on the market, which is annoying because that's a barn conversion, but never mind. "350 miles away in Stranraer, Scotland, and the Edinburgh crew are about to move the Griffiths into their new parish. But Hazel's method of not labelling their boxes is causing a commotion.
The only problem in this job we're going to have to ask the lady where every box is going. Because normally we mark up which room it comes from and where it's going to. Normally it's the same rooms. So every item that goes in the house, we're going to have to ask her which room it's going to go to. Yeah, could be going fast, could be going slow. We'll see how it goes.
Mel and Hazel's new house is beside the sea, and their new parish is right on their doorstep. But there's already a hitch. Hazel has left something behind.
Well, last night when we arrived here, we were just relieved that we were then here, except for the fact that we are missing one cat. So we've left instructions with the neighbours, and with our daughter, they're going to try to catch her and bring her down when they come visit next week.
Morning. Good afternoon.
You want to come and have a look and see what's the lay of the land, okay?
Seasoned mover Hazel isn't fazed by the upheaval.
Where's the piano going?
Piano is going here.
Yeah.
That big sideboard is going there.
Yeah.
None of the boxes are labelled, but luckily Hazel's got it all planned out in her head.
I'm not quite sure where it goes. I'll say room D, room D, room D. 118 is garden ornaments, pots of still out the front, please.
G12, cleaning stuff, kitchen.
Cleaning stuff's kitchen, thank you.
Sorry.
Maybe leave that space clear for when you bring the other big things in.
Normally we write on the box where the room it's going to, so we don't have to bother you every time, and you don't have to stand here all the time, so you can just seal the box.
Upstairs, please.
Which room?
Next, the end of the passageway.
Hazel's military operation is in full swing, but there's more crisp boxes than she thought.
It's quite overwhelming looking at all the boxes and trying to think, where did I keep all of these things and where am I going to put them all now? I think I'll be exhausted tonight. I'll rest once I have everything unpacked and sorted. That's the way I work.
After 3 hours of hard graft, the lads let off some steam on the local beach.
Chris, I look like you! Mr. Reams! Yes, Mr. Reams!
It's 4 o'clock. Despite Hazel's system taking a bit longer, the lads are just about on schedule.
Go, Michael!
I feel a lot safer in this. Well, Chris is driving bad, but no, I feel safer.
The crew have a 3-hour journey back to Edinburgh, so they're desperate to finish on time. As the lads unload the couple's precious organ, they're extra careful. Any damages and they lose their no breakage bonus.
That organ's looking good, Chris.
Yeah, she's a good-looking girl.
Good girl, just like her own.
Of course. Both 21, sir. Oh, it's always a relief when customers are happy with the state it is. It's a little perk to move something nice like that. In the house. Yeah.
After 2 days of lugging over 50 boxes with a total cost of around £1,100, Mel and Hazel are finally in their new parish and ready to meet their congregation.
That's you. It's in. Finished. Complete. Yeah.
Everything is in.
Now there comes up the end. Tick for yes, cross for no. Okay, thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourself.
We're looking forward to it. It'll be a new challenge again, a new chapter of our lives. And so we'll just step forward and go forward and see what happens.
Back in Gillingham, Kent, it's day 2 of the move for David and Robert.
Please sleep very well last night. Just want to get on now. It just doesn't feel like home anymore. We just need to move now. And my sister's come up today to help us, which has cheered everybody up.
I'm the domestic assistant and key worker to David and Rob, supporting their mental health. I think David will be all right as long as I'm here, providing the medication. He'll be fine. No, he'll be fine.
The Maidstone crew have arrived and are ready to load up the truck.
Morning. Thunderbird 1 has landed. No, the piano won't be a problem. Pretty straightforward. Works. Put it on the piano wheels, wheel it out, down the steps, up the ramp. Not a problem.
David's still watching the crew's every move.
Well, the piano's quite heavy because it's got an iron frame. That makes it very secure and it stays in tune.
To put him at ease, they fuss over his prized possession.
Well, it's customers' pride and joy, so that extra special care is needed with it.
Come on there.
But still, David's stressing. In 3 hours, they're due to be out of this house, but they've still not completed the sale.
We're just waiting for the call to say that the sale's complete, really, from the people that are buying from us, that their money is transferred to our solicitor, so he can transfer the money with our small mortgage to the people we're buying from.
Don't drop it, Ernie.
It's 2 o'clock and the couple are due to leave in the next hour. And at last, there's some relief.
Just had the phone call from my solicitor to say that the sale of this house is complete. So, phase 1 done, with no pain.
After 2 days of disruption, David finds it all too much.
Ridiculous. Goodbye and move on.
How are you feeling?
Okay. It was an absolute dump, this house. It really was. 30 years ago. Right, move on.
As David heads off to the new house, Robert ties up the loose ends.
We're doing fine, on schedule, and this is how I envisaged it. Just my personal bits there to take, and these items to welcome the new owners to the house. Mission accomplished.
It's now 3 o'clock, and the crew have packed up the truck. They're hoping they can unload before clocking off.
The offloading will be a lot quicker. Hopefully. Maybe 3 hours after, something like that. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But despite 2 months of planning, there's a disaster. The carpet is still being laid.
He's doing 2 rooms at once at the moment, so he's getting there.
This could cause major delays.
Ridiculous.
With the carpet knocked down, the guys are wondering where they're going to put all the stuff.
It's brand new. We've got to be careful, because we don't catch anything or damage anything. Otherwise it's down to us, or it's down to Pickford's to put right.
We've probably got too much furniture for this house. So, I don't think some of it will be seeing the inside. But we'll get straight with what's in and make a decision over the coming weeks.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
But there's one piece of furniture that's made it into the house.
You must give him a tune, Arthur.
For the first time in days, David's got a smile on his face.
I'm in a happy mood. The piano survived the journey.
What's in that? Dead body?
Yeah.
Yeah, you let them carry all the furniture in while I tidy my van up.
No change there then.
With the carpet and flooring still to be laid, Robert and David decide to store all their things in the garage.
Yeah, it makes life easier for us, but you'll have to sort it out once we've left, obviously.
It's taken 2 days and cost £1,500. But finally, they're in their brand new waterside home.
It was a bit stressful this morning, just to seeing if it would all complete on time, but I needn't have worried, I guess, because it was really good. It's like a big weight lifted off.
Perfect.
It's been a good experience, much better than I thought, and it's going to be a fantastic place to live. It's been fantastic. It's been absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
And say bye-bye to the ladies.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Right, that's kind of you.
For all three of you.
Yes, thank you very much.
As reward for coping with David's stress, the lads get a tip.
Oh, mine's a brown one. No, I've got a purple one.
Yeah, we got a drink, which is always nice.
Coming up, Beryl's move goes from bad to worse.
Morning. No, it isn't. Apparently 2 wild turkeys arrived and the dogs have barked all blinking night.
And has Owen's Cornish dream turned into a nightmare?
Coming to this sort of country is quite a shock, and it is very difficult to get over.
New Fix-A-Dent Dual Power gives you a stronger hold that lasts for longer, and it allows you to keep on going. New Fix-A-Dent Dual Power, stronger for longer.
Introducing Samsung's Eco-Bubble technology, a system that generates bubbles, penetrating fabrics faster to help wash at lower temperatures. Samsung Eco-Bubble, wash at lower temperatures, save energy.
Thousands upon thousands of brand new cars, owner reviews, and side-by-side car comparisons, all to help find the one that's perfect for you. Come and explore Auto Trader New Cars today, the greatest new car showroom in the WWW.
This weekend, what better way to celebrate than with the original Dine-In for 2 for £10, only at your M&S.
Daily contact lenses from an amazing 53 pence a day, plus a free trial at Specsavers.
At Dreams, it's our biggest ever sale, with over 50% off our best ever choice of beds and bedroom furniture. And to help, there's a huge choice free till next year, and free credit on everything too. Plus this week, there's 3 for 2 on all bedroom furniture. So with over 50% off, 3 for 2 on all bedroom furniture, and a huge choice free till next year, your dream bedroom has never been more affordable. Dreams, for a great night's sleep.
It's easy to say yes. Can you work on Sunday? Yes, boss. Can you go shopping with me? Yes, darling. What do you want? Love? Money? How many yeses did you say? 5? 6? Hundreds? But what if, just for once, you say no? Say no to conformity. And discover a 5-door coupe that writes its own rules. New Citroën DS4. Why conform?
Citroën. Créative technologie.
I'd like the following terms and conditions to apply to my car insurance.
I want to be able to pay for my premium.
With my credit,
debit,
or club card.
I want to be able to get cover
if I've just passed my driving test.
Or my 93rd birthday.
Insuring my first car? Or my taxi? If I hit someone.
Or someone hits me.
I want to be able to call.
Or message someone.
At 2 in the morning.
Or 3 in the afternoon.
Please note, country may vary.
Car size is subject to change at any time.
Tesco Bank Car Insurance is designed with your terms and conditions in mind.
With an exclusive discount for our club card customers. Tesco Bank. Every little helps.
I first started using Knorr chicken stock cubes for seasoning. I'd mash them into a paste with olive oil and rub it in. to lock in the flavours. Some say you can't buy taste. I disagree. Nor chicken stock cubes. Try it for yourself. Also available in granules with 25% less salt.
The War of the Roses has begun.
How deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love?
25 girls, one prize. Gavin Hansen is The Bachelor. Starts the 19th of August on Channel 5.
Pennell, Wales. The herons and their entourage of dogs have just relocated all the way from Dorset. And so far, it's not been a happy move.
And then what have we got through here, Mrs. Heron?
Even the crew are under pressure. Like many rural moves, big trucks can't access the property, so the lads will be using a smaller van to ferry all the belongings.
You like it going all right?
It's a time-consuming job, so colleague Chris has arrived to pitch in with the heavy load.
Weather's not looking good, is it?
The lads have no idea if the customer will want them to unload or not. Last night, Beryl was thinking of moving again.
Hello? Morning.
No, it isn't, but there we are.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't say good morning, I just said morning. I chose my words. How you doing, all right?
I'm going to wash that. But look, oh, we've got... Good morning.
How you been doing?
We were all right, but apparently 2 wild turkeys arrived, and the dogs have barked all blinking night.
Despite the turkeys and not having a wink of sleep, Beryl has decided to give it a go in her native Wales.
That's bad. Customers doing it now. We're going to get fired.
The lads have 8 hours of unloading ahead of them.
You all right?
And with Beryl watching their every move, the pressure is on.
Oh, no, throw a bit further that way. This is a funny-shaped cottage. We've had some big pieces of furniture. They've had problems getting it round corners and upstairs.
The problem is we've got at the moment, this linen press at the bottom of the stairs, the walkway is not wide enough to get it through. So at the moment we've got to take it up round the house, up round the garden.
All in a day's work. Right? Yeah, slowly does it then, mate.
Take it through the utility room, and we think there's just enough room to squeeze it through the kitchen.
I've loosened it a bit.
And if not, we're going to have to disassemble part of the kitchen to get it through.
So, slowly does it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking good.
A little bit deceiving, don't it?
Right?
Yeah. We're going to come back a bit more.
Yeah, the web's getting looser.
Just slowly. Okay.
Yeah.
And down. Go down. Okay. Good job.
After 7 hours, it's the last stretch, unpacking Beryl's precious pug ornaments.
I can't remember where they're going. 4 bishops, I think.
Deserve a pint, I think.
Just the one?
31.
31.
Job done.
Hopefully everything goes well for you.
Thank
if
you
we're ever
very
in the
much.
area,
Yeah,
we'll come
yeah.
back and see you. Okay.
Seriously, thank you.
You take care now, all right?
And you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
It's taken 3 days, travelling over 200 miles, with 4 men moving over 90 boxes at a cost of £3,000. Now the herons are in. The couple are not settled yet, but the dogs are happy.
I'm still a bit concerned about all the work we're going to have to do, but...
It's a challenge.
It's very challenging. Hopefully, I'm not going to move again for a little while.
No, let's hope so. Yes.
No comment.
In the southwest of England, it's been 4 months since the Owen family moved on a whim to Cornwall. It was an enormous challenge.
I know we need a doctor for a bird.
After working for 30 years in London, coming to this sort of country is quite a shock, and it is very difficult to get over.
Relocating was quite a dramatic experience for Fiona.
Oh, I just keep having funny turns.
So, does she look back on it in a different light?
It's dreadful having all your stuff packed up in boxes. You don't feel like that you're actually living anymore because you've got to try and remember where everything is. It's actually quite upsetting.
There's always the fear that people are going to be handling your precious goods and it's all going to get broken, and there's that sort of worry until you've sort of unwrapped everything.
I said to David, it feels a little bit like a violation, you know, having strangers handle your possessions. It's the weirdest feeling. And it actually makes me feel physically sick because I'm quite protective of all my stuff.
That's the interesting
thing. Oh dear. So was moving on a whim a good idea after all?
Didn't know what to expect, didn't even know whether we were like it, hence the reason why David was so reticent about it.
This has been a complete and utter eye-opener, hasn't it? Luckily we found a couple of places on the internet that were for rent.
So we came down here to try before you buy.
We just absolutely adore. The house is fantastic and the location is fantastic, and we've really been so lucky just to fallen on our feet, haven't we?
The new house is twice the size of the old one, and their quality of life has also improved.
It makes you glad to be alive, and you can just go out, turn right, go down, look at the sea. And Fiona goes, oh wow, and she said, it makes you glad to be alive. You see the sun rising, you see the sea, and there's a relaxation and a freedom down here that I've never experienced before.
Tell you what, there's nothing quite so beautiful, is there? Yeah?
I used to be the one that did all the talking, and now I have to tell him to shut up because I can't get a word in edgewise.
There's been a change in me, and I find it far easier, far more enjoyable down here, and Fiona's changed completely.
Oh, watch out, here comes me! Oh no, oh no!
The Owens clearly love being by the sea. In fact, they've taken the plunge and have bought this.
So we've now put a deposit down on a house which has got a view of Millock Bay and Widmouth Bay, and hopefully we should be moving into that at the beginning of July. But it's a little bungalow, 3 bedrooms, it's got a lovely kitchen overlooking the bays.
Our new house has got like a 2-acre garden with the most fantastic views of Widmouth and Millock.
5 minutes away from views, and it's the perfect location.
And we're using Pickfords again to move. So there you go.
Check this guy out. He's got an idea for a specialist zoo, which he plans to pack with 20-odd of the planet's most deadly crocodiles. A new series and a new 8 o'clock hero, Crocman, tomorrow night here on Channel 5. Next, NCIS and Gibbs' tactics get decidedly risky. Brilliant. Are you fed up with troublesome tradesmen? Want to see a bald guy stick it to him? Catch up with new cowboy builders over on 5 Star next. Or you could pop to 5 USA, where the investigation into the lethal love drug continues in True Justice.
It's back. Big Brother 2011 starts with Celebrity Big Brother, Thursday the 18th of August on Channel 5.
It all starts with an absolute blank. Absolute vodka.
Because you can't always be there. Enjoy the new season on 5 Sky Sports channels and ESPN. All in high definition, only with Sky. Join or upgrade today and get a free Sky Plus HD box and free standard setup. Visit sky.com/HD or call now. Sky. Believe in better.
At Currys and PC World, the great laptop giveaway. With any new range laptop, we're giving you £200 off. Like this 4GB compact laptop with a dual-core processor, only $299. Plus Norton 360 Gold Security, a laptop bag, Logitech wireless mouse and SanDisk 4GB USB stick, all for just £39. Only at Currys and PC World.
At the Holland & Barrett penny sale, buy 2 selected products, pay normal price for one and just a penny for the other. Nice one. You won't get that anywhere else.
Whales and of giant animals off the coast of a beautiful little fishing port in a wild region. Here I am, Connemara.
And the great thing is, no one has ever studied this coastline in any detail. Everything I do will add new data from this area. But before I do anything else, I need to check in at the office. The Irish Whale and Dolphin Group is based a few hours south of me, in the town of Kilrush.
I've come down just to get a kind of briefing about what work I can realistically do, and that's the key, I think. I don't want to play at it. I actually do want to do something that will help research into the dolphins and whales on the west coast of Ireland. There it is. But behave yourself, pal. Come on in, big fella. Right, be nice, Rubes. You're essentially meeting my boss. Come on in, Rubes. So you've got to make a good impression.
My new boss is Dr. Simon Barrow, coordinator of the IWDG. This is pretty intimidating. Simon's an expert on whales and dolphins, while I know about as much as Ruben does. Maybe that's why Simon makes a beeline for him.
That is an increasingly common conversation nowadays. Nice to see you, Simon. How are you? I should point out to you very hastily, Simon, that although my background is marine biology, I am by no stretch of the imagination a cetacean expert. So this is really stage one for me of trying to learn.
This is just the excuse Simon needs to start my cetacean education.
I take this around schools and I put kids' heads. I say, who trusts me? Wow. Put your head inside the mouth of a killer whale. And they go, you're dropping on my head. I won't. And then, of course, I do. Here's something that a friend of mine gave me, presented to me, in his wife's pasta jar. So let's twist it around a bit more.
No! It's an eyeball.
It's the eyeball of a fin whale, you know? And,
good grief.
Again, it's a bottlenose dolphin skull, but when you see them closely, take these around kids think it's a crocodile or it's a dinosaur. You're thinking, we're talking whales and dolphins here, lads. I mean, I take this around the schools and I say, what's this? And they go, oh, it's a dinosaur, it's a this, it's that. And you say, well, most of you would have seen one of these on the way to school. You know, it's a cow. And the idea of being a marine mammal and a terrestrial mammal and how the marine mammals adapted with the nostrils moving top of the head and stuff like that.
In all, more than 20 species of whale and dolphin can be found in Irish waters. But little is known about the populations off my coastline.
Up in Connemara, you're going to have a lot of strandings and you're going to find, you know, rotten corpses lying on an island thinking, what in the name of God is that? Now, you know, with a bit of training, you'll be able to identify those with total reliability.
And you collate a database of all those strandings, of the species that are stranded?
Yeah. But Connemara's always been a struggle. There must be a lot more things happening, a lot more science, a lot more strandings, and we don't really hear about it. So your presence up there, you know, will act as a focus, and hopefully will, you know, push the thing on a bit more.
Brilliant. Well, that's the idea, to be your man in Connemara.
Any information I can collect in Connemara will be new. Simon's whale and dolphin research covers the whole of Ireland, north as well as south. But this is an area where little research has been done. His main focus is right on his doorstep. The Shannon Estuary is home to the only resident pod of bottlenose dolphins in the whole of Ireland.
Very incongruous environment for dolphins to be in, if you think about it. The Shannon Estuary is quite industrialised, you can see. And the water, if you were in that water, you wouldn't be able to see your hand in front of your face. But one of the reasons the dolphins love it here is there's all sorts of nutrients. It's an estuary, so it's full of life. And of course, limited visibility doesn't bother a dolphin. They've got the extraordinary echolocation. They've got a set of tools that makes them the dominant predator in this environment. Simon's been intensively studying this pod of dolphins out here for many years. And I've got the great opportunity of gathering all that knowledge off him. And hopefully applying that knowledge to any dolphins I find off Connemara.
As well as monitoring the 20,000 visitors each year to make sure they don't overly disturb the dolphins, He's building up information about the population, using all the science at his disposal. The acoustic listening devices he and his colleague Joanne O'Brien are deploying record the presence of nearby animals, and I'll be using the same kit for my research in Connemara.
Well done, Simon. You can see Simon and Joanna are really taking their time and getting this right for obvious reasons. That's about 12,000 euros worth of kit they're putting over the side there.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that'll do.
The information is recorded on tiny memory cards. The rest of the pod is filled with the batteries that keep it powered for months at a time.
I'm keenly aware that I'm going to be doing it soon in Connemara with their gear, and it would be a disaster if they got lost. And it would be absolutely invaluable to them if they stay where they are and they gather the data.
Simon's research in the Shannon goes back 18 years, but there's evidence that the resident pod has been here for centuries. Ancient texts refer to an animal called the cocker, or Shannon monster.
They talk about seeing these fins cutting through the water. They talk about seeing the blow, you know, the fire from the belly of the monster.
Right.
Sounds to me like bottlenose dolphins.
Sounds very much
and
like
this myth goes back to St. Sennan for the 6th century.
Yeah.
So we could argue with no evidence whatsoever that dolphins have been here possibly thousands of years, you know.
Sadly, no such records exist for Connemara, but Simon has thrown down the gauntlet of starting research from scratch, and his priority is photo ID, taking pictures of the telltale marks and scratches that clearly identify each dolphin.
You know, it's such a powerful tool. It's great fun as well. It's like hunting.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But for bottlenose dolphins, because so many of them carry unique markings, they're very well marked. You know, probably because they're quite, you know, bashing off each other. You know, up around Roundstone, Connemara, probably the second best place bottlenose dolphin after the Shannon in Ireland.
Right.
So it's a species that I think you will encounter a lot. It's a species that we'd like a lot of work done on.
The drive home is ample time to reflect. As well as photo IDing the local dolphin population, I'm also hoping to tag basking sharks as part of a national survey, and to help out with strandings. The coastline I'll be working is a notorious patchwork of reefs and rocky inlets, and I'm worried if I'm left to my own devices I'll wreck the rib. So for my first trip out, I'm putting myself in the hands of the local expert.
Nice to meet you. Everyone I've spoken to locally said there's one man you need to take out and show you the ropes, as it were. But he wasn't available, so we had to go out with Martin here.
The man taking it all in good humour is Martin O'Malley.
That particular rock, from there to Innishlacken, there's a line of reefs that run about to where the boat is there.
Yeah.
His proud boast is that he shares his surname with Grace O'Malley, a notorious pirate queen of the 16th century, whose ruined castle still surveys the bay. She held sway over these waters, where Martin now works as a fisherman, coast guard and powerboat instructor.
So we're heading to
Slinehead.
Slinehead.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen it on the chart. Obviously, it sort of juts out very spectacularly.
That's right. It's as you can see, it's dotted with reefs.
Yeah.
Between you and Slinehead. So we go towards Slinehead inside the island.
This is the point where my healthy sense of self-preservation insists that I hand over the wheel to Martin.
If I was doing this, I'd be doing about the same speed as a punt. I'd be going very slowly indeed. Really dangerous area, this. It's full of these little hazards popping up everywhere, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
My emotions are a little difficult to put into words at the moment. I've got a vice-like grip on the handle here. Martin does have this exhilarating thing of thundering straight at rock walls at enormous speed. Watch this. Woo!
Sorry.
Good work. I was always confident. I was always confident. I wasn't nervous even for a second.
We had a nice pot of orcas here last year.
Really?
Yeah, just closer to Slinehead.
Yeah.
And in the next bay, the reason for the orca's interest becomes clear. It's packed with some killer whales' favourite foods.
Great, look at that. Plenty of grey seals around, plenty of commons. Good spot for them, grand spot for them.
But Simon's priority is finding and IDing dolphins. So after a brief look at Sline Head, the westernmost part of my beat, it's time for me to take the wheel for the run home.
What about dolphins and things?
They're fairly, I mean, I've seen them maybe half the times I was out this year. I've seen dolphins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrific.
It's usually a pod of about maybe 14, 16.
Well, that'd be great for me because then you establish a relationship with them and, you know, you get to know the animals and you can identify them, photograph ID and things like that.
Yeah, well, I can keep a check as well with some of the local lads.
Yeah,
see
yeah, that'd be great.
There's something in the bay there. I don't know, is it a dolphin? Wait a second. Maybe I just got the end of a cormorant diving.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, he's right on our stern. Just nice. So there he is, there he is. They'll get bored of us before we get bored of them, won't they?
Probably, yeah.
Fantastic. Mark, if I can hand the helm over to you, and if I can get a photograph of each one, I can send it down to Simon at the IWDG, and he can see if he can match it to records of other dolphins they've got along this stretch of coastline. And then we know specifically which animals we're dealing with.
Okay, there they are.
I've got 'em. Yeah, I have actually got a shot. Good grief. Oh, with the mountains in the background. How extraordinary. That never happens. Oh, that's a shot of the day. You can see one of them's got some distinct notches in its fin, and again, that'll be totally unique to that animal. So I'll send that down to Simon, and hopefully we'll be able to get a good idea of this animal and whether it's been seen before or whether it's a new record for this section of coastline. So the work begins. Right, should we head on in?
Photo identification is such an important part of my job in Connemara that I've decided to drive down to Simon's with the pictures to see the next step for myself. But hot on the heels of a dolphin sighting, there's another surprise in store just outside the village.
There's an otter. Oh, look at that, look at that. There's 2 otters.
When I think of all the hours I've spent looking for otters and not finding them, this is incredible. And 2 together, that's a big first for me.
This is sort of the main salmon river. And just as you drive along, it's quite incredible what you see as you glance out the window. Like synchronised swimmers. Right. Fantastic. I suspect I'm already late to see Simon, but it's so difficult. You just can't drive past 2 otters rolling and playing in a beautiful burn, can you? Beautiful river. Very nice. Better get a move on. This is an important meeting for me because I just need Simon to know that I am going to try and do a proper job while I'm there. And so this is my first stab at finding out whether the photos I've taken are right, the information I've gathered is right, and whether he's got records of these animals that I saw the other day anyway.
That's really nicely worked.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of sort of really clear shots as an individual. There we are. Because that, you can see it's very distinctive, isn't it? Simon is, as you can see, he's sort of wounded at the moment. He's a winged warrior.
Yeah, but you can still work the mouse. That's the key. He fell off his bike trying to ride over a can in the road.
And was pushed.
Yeah, which is a really uncool injury.
What Simon and his colleague Joanne O'Brien are looking for are telltale scratches that can differentiate one dolphin from another.
If you see one,
Some of them, yeah.
pretty much straight away you're like,
There's
oh, I know
certain
that.
ones that really stand out, and the minute you see it, you go, that's familiar, but you might, you know, sometimes you'll be able to know the place, but not always.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so this is the one with these are tooth rakes.
Oh, are they?
Scratch teeth. See, there's another tooth rake. See the parallel lines?
Yeah.
The gap between the scratches is quite big. Playing, being aggressive, and it could be because adults will compete with each other to get access to the females.
Geez, I think we might have it.
Wow.
Okay,
Often
there's a
you-
nick at the top, and there's this.
I suppose it's an easy trap
It's
to
got
fall
the nick
into,
at the
isn't it?
top.
But it does look very...
Very like.
I can't believe how quick you found that, Joanne. You must have
But
hundreds and hundreds of records.
We have them laid out, so we know that if there's 4 there's 4 or more nicks on this, then we go to the folder and look under it. Zoom into that one there, it's better along the trailing edge. Okay, so if you look at that one there now, you've got your nick up here, and you've got your nick there.
And actually, on this one, you can see a slight kink in there as well, can't you? And maybe that's that.
But this is very prominent there, look, and you can see that the bottom nick is the same shape as that one.
So if you go onto this, you go on the website here now, you can see that this is what we call Bottner's Dolphin Island 35. So you click on that, and it drags out the sighting record from the database, okay? So you can see this was taken Donegal Bay on the 8th of August in a group of 40. So that was, August 2008, so nearly just short 2 years later. Roundstone to Donegal Bay is probably it's a few hundred kilometres, isn't it?
Right. So any records I'm providing are potentially quite significant for you.
Yeah, and if it's not already there, it'll be added to the database, so you'll be increasing this.
For sure. And has big implications because, you know, all European states are supposed to designate sites for the protection of bottlenose dolphins called special areas of conservation. And the Shannon is the only one in Ireland. So we've been arguing for a long time now that there should be more. As I said, you know, when we started, we don't get many records from Connemara. You know, it's another piece of the jigsaw. It's a good piece of jigsaw, and I know I've no doubt that you'll get more and more. So you know it is significant, and it's delighted. And maybe you just got lucky, Monty. I don't know, because first trip out and you nail a couple of good images.
You make your luck.
You've set a very high standard for yourself now.
God. That was tremendous because it's very difficult to walk away from any conversation with Simon without feeling massively enthused and committed to the work you're doing. But it's so nice to know that the photographs I'm taking are adding to a meaningful database, and there is a genuine need to get the information from Connemara. The stuff that's swimming around off the coast of Connemara, when I speak to the locals, you know, huge animals, the giants of the sea come to visit Connemara. And it's great to see them, but it's even better to contribute to their conservation by providing data. So I'm going to get out there and photograph everything that moves, basically.
The trip has certainly given me the boost I needed. There's so much to do logging wildlife sightings on a coastline that's been ignored for so long. But every time I return to Inishni, it's like crossing a moat and shutting myself away in my own sleepy little fortress, complete with all its eccentricities.
Oh, that presumably stops the cow sinking. It's a cow flotation device. So why would you do that? Let's try. There we go. This is a very, very seductive, soporific place, and chatting to some of the locals here, they say that for the first few days anyone comes here, it's almost like they're drugged. The quality of the air and the whisper of the waves and the wind, and you just feel like you want to sort of sleep and kick back and relax. And it's so important that I remember that I'm here to do a job. But, you know, I have to say in the office the wallpaper ain't too bad. There we are. Beautiful.
I've been lucky so far, but today's a wake-up call that not every day is going to be bathed in sunshine. And not every day is going to bring me inspirational encounters with wildlife. There are darker sides to the job too.
Just had a call about a dolphin carcass in Clifton. Clifton is the capital of Connemara. And by all accounts, it's a really beautiful place. And I say by all accounts because I've never been there before. One of the things you notice straight away in Ireland is the multicoloured shop fronts. And it's almost like everyone's got together and said, right, what's a really kaleidoscopic series of colours we can pick for our high street? And I think it's lovely. This is the rather beautifully named Skye Road, and for a very simple reason. You get amazing views, big skies, cliffs, panoramas, and of course the Atlantic.
Strandings will form an important part of my work here. The carcass of a whale or dolphin can give a valuable insight into its diet and into the toxins it might be absorbing from the water around it. The key is getting to them before they decompose or get washed back into the sea.
Very frequently these carcasses will just be lifted off by a tide and float away, but you just never know. You never can't smell anything, but that's where Rube comes into his own. Go on, Rube, come find me a dolphin. This is about as high as the tide gets, so it's about the optimum bad time to look for this animal, but we'll walk the whole beach, you never know.
Ireland sees about 150 strandings a year. Around 20 of those are live strandings, where the animal can be manoeuvred back into the water. I'll be on standby to help with a live stranding anywhere in Ireland, but I can also expect several dead animals on my patch during the summer. And getting samples for research means reaching the site before the carcass is washed back out to sea.
Right, there's no sign of a large odorous mammal, well, except for that one, but it's never wasted, is it, when you come to the seashore, because of the stuff you find. The soil's not very good for growing stuff in Connemara, in a lot of Connemara, so what local people do is they get fish boxes and they fill them with soil and then grow things in soil. So I'm going to take this fish box and give it a go. Come on, Roots.
The sea on my doorstep is packed with food, and now it's provided with the means of growing veg as well. I feel quite inspired. I want to become as self-sufficient as I can while I'm living here.
Right, my renowned green fingers. A round cabbage, French dwarf bean, that sounds too complicated, rhubarb.
Come August, I'll be eating cabbage, spuds and rhubarb in some bizarre combination.
Could grow herbs. This is a fish box. Picked up from the beach the other day. I think it's come from Holland, maybe?
And now it's part of my plan to grow as much of my own veg as possible.
Rubes considers himself something of an authority on digging holes, so I'm always very closely supervised. Right, I'm going to plant potatoes in this one. These little sort of shoots that come up used to freak me out when I was a kid. My sister used to chase me around the house with potatoes that had sprouted like that, which I suppose is, in retrospect, quite weird. Come on, little fella, come on. There we are. Finally in my Dutch fish box, I'm going to have a little herb garden. The whole idea of that is fish will feature very strongly in my summer, and it'd be lovely to have my own herbs here so I can kind of flavour them myself, as it were.
Herbs for my fresh fish, spuds, cabbage and salad leaves on the side, and rhubarb for pudding. I'll live like a king.
And there we are, perfect sun trap here. Often even the sun sort of arcs across like that. Okay, shadow animals. Rabbit. Stag. Hedgehog rolled up. Dog. Easy, you see? It's just show you how to do that someday. There we go, job done. Good luck, chaps. You're on your own.
Roof goes insane the moment he gets a whiff of ozone. Temporarily loses his mind. I think it's because he's grown up on beaches, you know, and he knows that kind of fun. Don't worry, Rubes. We're going out in a moment, I promise.
So having the sea on our doorstep is a huge plus for Rubes. And for me it means access to a massive seafood larder. I love shellfish, And I've heard about an event that sounds just too good to miss.
I'm heading off to a mussel festival, as in the small shellfish, as opposed to a large group of men in thongs.
I'm really keen to become part of the Connemara community, and this is just the event I wanted for my debut.
Heaven help us, as part of the mussel festival, they have a cookery competition, and I've entered.
The festival's being held in the village of Tully Cross, and it feels like half of Connemara has turned out in celebration of the thriving local mussel industry.
I was in Canada. Oh yeah, I was in Canada.
They're great little food, aren't they? You know, and come in their own little package. Well, I'm cooking in a minute in the.
Are you cooking in the
which is potentially humiliating on a massive scale.
It's amazing how fast you make new friends in Ireland, as Warren the chef shows me how the professionals cook mussels. I discover that Maureen Kumon is one of Ireland's top cookery writers.
So you here to do a demo, are you?
No, I'm here to do judging.
Oh, so you'll be judging me?
I will.
Right.
That's very
So this
hard
is me
now.
getting in with the judge before the event.
I know, that's not fair.
Oh no, you're judging. I'm under pressure now. Now I know you're this amazing food writer and all that. I'm going to go to pieces.
To be honest, I was probably going to go to pieces anyhow. But armed with my new excuse and inspired by the pros, I'm ready to take on the best amateur mussel chefs in Connemara.
Cider vinegar, cider, cream. It's a nightmare. It's a genuine nightmare.
In all, there are 8 competitors. Apart from yours truly and one lone American, they're all locals, steeped in the traditions of the sea. And I'm pretty sure they're all better mussel cooks than I am.
Mussels a la cider. Willie Nelson. Cooking against Willie Nelson.
Last year I was wearing this and they gave me 18-year-old whiskey.
Right.
And I just dunked it into the pot of mussels and they haven't spoken to me for a year.
No, I'm not surprised. So this is a recipe you've come up with yourself?
Yes.
So a little bit of trial and error?
Well, no, I didn't actually practice it. I've made so many mistakes now that this is going to be the final one. This is going to be the one that has to work.
Right.
Is Davina Earl.
I need the crowd on my side. But I'm not making a great start.
We have Monty Hall. Here you go, Monty.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Monty, if you didn't guess it, Monty is representing England. And the Outer Hebrides. Hey! Welcome, Monty.
This is, I think, what's defined in the business as a tough gig. Oh, Marianne, you don't mean that.
I do.
Yes, you do.
No worries. Now you know
Front row.
who's a win. Now
It's
you know.
terrifying.
Now you know.
And as the lone Englishman in the
Lovely.
competition,
Yeah,
you know, I imagine the crowd are going to be very kind to me, I think. Wait, as long as they don't start throwing stuff.
Looks very good.
You know, that's the key. Right, finely chopped an onion.
And then we have Monty in the far corner who's, she's prepping away.
Oh, yeah, I feel quietly confident.
Garlic, onion. Excuse the language.
Let me see, this is onions, bit of garlic, bit of butter, and then a bit of cider later on.
Somebody recognises your voice.
Yeah, Rubes. Hello, Rubes. Come on, Marianne, come on! We're good. We're good. I've nearly finished, so...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we are.
Monty is ready.
Can I say how beautiful and glamorous you look, Maureen? Just before I give you this. I enjoy it.
Chris is almost ready. Chris is
Yep, very tasty. The sauce
Very nice.
is lovely.
Chris is ready. Round of applause for Chris. Tell you that.
Okay, it's all winding up now. We've got the judges' results in a moment. So hopefully the fact I nobbled Maureen before the event will stand me in good stead. Really great. Even the banter. Enjoyed the banter.
The reason
There's no place for the weak up there. Cooking mussels, believe me. There's a sort of simmering competitiveness here, you know. It's like the Oscars. When the other person wins, you've got to look happy for them. You've got to be like that. Oh, that's great. But inside you're dying. Inside you're dying.
Okay, who's
You. And it's not favoritism.
Okay.
And on my Connemara heart. Oh! Monty is third. Instead, this is your place to put my hand on my Connemara heart.
Again.
Got to kiss Marion now.
And the winner is Davina. I'm sorry, love, because my daughter won.
I was honoured to cook next to her.
Come on, Mina.
A popular result. Great. Third. What was all that about? Always have a little chat with the judge beforehand, buy him a drink. That's the way to get third. Greatest moment of my life, you know, coming third. All right, Maury.
I'm delighted. You made my life happier. Bye, cameraman. I love you too. Bye. Thank you. Bye. See you in London or in wherever.
The Connemara mussels thrive in the nutrient-rich waters round here, but also bring in the large marine animals I'm here to study. So it's time to go for a dive to find out what else is lurking in the depths.
I'm just pulling away from the local dive centre. They've invited me along today to do one of their dives, and I've heard great things about this dive.
It'll mean coming face to face with conger eels, animals that have a fearsome, but I believe undeserved reputation amongst divers and fishermen.
If you can imagine doing this on dry land, imagine 4, 5, 6 anacondas coming out and wrapping themselves around you. So this should be a very exciting dive. I've heard this dive described as the best dive in Europe. So hopes are high, I must say. But beautiful setting to encounter a leviathan. Look at this, big hills capped by thunderclouds, storm clouds, and we're off to lure ourselves in, crouch at the mouth of a cave, and wait for these great slate grey monsters to come out. I mean, come on.
In real life, Francis Stockwell is a school caretaker.
So the dive site itself, you're going to be concentrating your dive along this edge of the island.
But he's been diving on this site since the congers were first discovered in 1994, and now acts as an unofficial guide.
So they'll come out and just have a little nose around and...
good nose around, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, a very good nose around. Yeah.
You're looking at one of the top predators on any rocky reef in Europe, the conger eel. And they rely on this amazing sense of smell. So they'll very quickly, the moment I open this down there, it's like a dinner gong. And they'll hear the dinner gong and hopefully come rushing. Gloves today. Don't normally wear gloves.
Being a top predator, the conger has razor-sharp teeth and a vice-like bite. They struggle like mad on the end of a fishing line and have got something of a reputation amongst divers. But I suspect that, like any wild animal, they'll only attack if they feel threatened. And I'm sure they won't see me as a threat.
Here we go! Look at that, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. These guys make an extraordinary journey. They're born deep in the ocean, thousands of miles away, and migrate to our shores, where they live for several years, 4 or 5 years. And then they head back to the deep ocean. And in the deep ocean, they lose their teeth, their body becomes a third of its weight in gonads. And they spawn and they die. It's one of the great journeys of the marine world. And this guy's a great survivor. Extraordinary animal. There's more over here, apparently.
These congers are clearly used to people feeding them, but they wouldn't be here at all if the waters weren't extraordinarily rich in the first place. It's no wonder dolphins are a common sight round here.
The biggest one of these ever caught. Over 100 pounds in weight. That'll be caught at 7-8 feet long. I'm not even looking. I'm like a kid hiding under his bedclothes. He's right between my legs. He's got a good old bite on them, a conger, and they should be respected. I've dived all over the world. This has to rate as one of the best encounters I've ever had. A fishing animal in a fishing setting. This is a journey this animal's got to make. All you can say is goodbye and good luck.
That is one of the best dives I think I've ever done. Just superb. When you're nose to nose with a big old conger, it's really special. They're incredibly gentle, aren't they?
Yeah, very gentle.
Really gentle. They're, you know, just after the fish.
Yeah, they are, and they're like a big puppy.
Yeah.
Lovely brown eyes looking back at you.
Francis, thank you so much. Just
Okay.
fantastic. Really, really good.
Back in Roundstone, my aim is to spend as much time as possible on the water. It may sound blindingly obvious, but I won't see the dolphins again unless I'm out there looking for them.
It's a bit of keeping your eyes peeled, it's a bit of putting the hours in, crisscrossing backwards and forwards along the coast, but most of all it's luck.
I'm in the same area where Martin and I spotted that pair a few days ago. If I can get repeated sightings, I'll be able to establish whether these are year-round residents or just passers-by. But no sightings today.
Off for a cup of tea now. My mouth isn't working anymore, I'm that cold.
Maybe they've just moved on.
There we go, there we go.
My job here is very reactive in that incidents are going to happen up and down the coast and I'm just going to have to jump in the wagon and go. And I got a call from Simon quite late last night saying that a minke whale has washed up. Now it's dead, unfortunately, but every time that happens you need to figure out how the animal died, try and piece together. It's quite a forensic exercise. So Simon's going to do an autopsy on the minke whale and I'm going to help him out. Also, this will be a great opportunity for me to figure out how to do these things should a whale or a dolphin wash up on my beat, as it were, on my patch.
My first port of call is the Galway Mayo Institute of Technology. Simon has asked me to pick up Connor Ryan, a PhD student who can't wait to get his hands on this rare research opportunity.
Hello Connor, how are you?
See you again,
Nice
how are you
to see
doing?
I'm very well. Do you do many of these?
Connor's fascination started when he was just 15, and he spent the summer holidays watching a pod of killer whales that turned up near his hometown of Cork.
What I'm interested in is the genetics and also what they're eating. So hopefully the stomach contents will still be fresh.
The stranded whale is washed up at Doolin, on the south side of Galway Bay.
Did you say it was originally, it was about 150?
Yeah, it's 150 yards. It's just
Yeah.
a little bit of climbing involved.
Not for the first time. It looks like I've arrived at the site of a stranding too late.
So I imagine the tide would have come in, just lifted it.
And probably
But
carried
as you
it
say,
over.
there's definite interest, isn't there?
Yeah, there's people kind of looking down over there.
And sure enough, a little further around the headland we find first Simon, then the whale, which has been washed back ashore.
Wow. That is a young animal, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
The pressure is on. This whale is a treasure trove packed with information. But with the tide rising, it needs to be unlocked before the sea takes it away again.
The exciting thing about this one is it's fresh. Just caught in a lobster line around a lobster pot.
It's tragic to see it like this. And a stark reminder that whales and dolphins are mammals, like you and me. So if they get entangled and trapped underwater, like us, they drown for lack of air. Connor is taking DNA samples for his own research project. But this is also a rare chance for him and Simon to examine the diet of a juvenile whale.
that as soon as they close their mouths, all the fish are trapped behind here on this side, and the water falls out through here, and that's why they're also packed tight together. And it forms a very good seal when they shut their mouth, that holds the fish behind, but water spills out the other side.
This is the tongue. Whale tongues are amazing things. When they close their mouth, they push the water out with the tongue. So the tongue is very, very squishy. You squish the water out, through the baleen.
Just one interesting point was that you knew this animal was weaned off its mother, because if it was still dependent on its mother and it was still feeding, it would have these large finger projections around the front of the tongue, where they would actually hold on to the mother's teeth when they're sucked.
Okay.
Good stuff, right?
I'll let the show begin.
So you can make the first incision. It's probably quite blunt, that knife. Do you want to put
Is everyone standing back for a reason?
Oh, there we are, you feel the pressure now, And what you don't want to do is you don't want to burst the intestines, because it gets very messy then.
Yeah.
Very fresh. Still red meat.
Yeah.
Sorry, James. Thanks. Good shot.
Did he get you?
It was okay. It was all gas and no itty bits.
That is bad.
I think there's a lesson. Don't stand in front of a whale. You're about to cut it open.
That is bad.
That wasn't too bad now. Oh, that was good by
really?
dead whale standards. Anyway, that's taken the pressure off. Well done.
Never seen you move so fast in my life, by the way. That was right.
Keep going, keep going a bit further.
Keep going, okay. The smell is really fetid. So that was its intestines that went off there. And it's like a real sort of a mortar blast of stench from its innards. Not that pleasant, I must say. Whew. But we have to press on.
So you see, it kind of does peel off very easily.
Our outdoor laboratory is under siege. The rising tide is creeping ever closer, and working our way in to find the contents of the whale's stomach is painstakingly difficult. You've got to move everything to basically get to the stomach, because the stomach holds the answers. The stomach will have whatever this animal has been eating.
Okay, where is its stomach? Well, there's the heart. So, the stomach must be... I hope it's not in that mush there. It's not, it's much more putrid.
The search is fascinating, but it goes way beyond anything I'd do if I found a stranded whale on my patch.
I mean, the basic requirement of a strandings person for the whale and dolphin group on a dead animal is species, gender and length, and then to take a skin sample, and that's sent off to the Naturalist Museum to store for genetics. So we wouldn't normally expect you to be opening them up. No. But diet is a really fundamental thing. And from your point of view, it's fascinating to see what's inside.
Absolutely. After 3 hours of stench and back-breaking work, Simon and Connor find the elusive stomach, but the results are not what they were expecting. Sadly, there isn't anything in the stomach, which is a bit of a disappointment, but Simon thinks probably the animal vomited when it was drowning and expelled whatever was in there out to the open sea. So it's a pity, but again, a huge mine of information here. I've learned loads about whale anatomy and seen at first hand how that massive tongue drives that extraordinary baleen feeding mechanism. Connor's taking home ongoing research as well.
The idea with stable isotope analysis is you are what you eat.
Yeah.
So in the proteins in their baleen will reflect the proteins of the fish that they were eating. So on the baleen, it's fantastic. Maybe that's 2 years old. I can sample down the length of it and see has their diet fluctuated over time. Right.
Well, it has been a truly unique experience.
Another badge of honour.
Another badge of honour. I'm a little bit closer to being a proper whale. It's been a wonderful and unique afternoon for me with Connor and Simon. I've learned so much. But there's been one overriding thought as I've been cutting up the whale, and that's how beautiful it is. It's such an exquisite design, and you see the pleats in the throat, and the coloration, and the rainbow colours on the tongue. It really is so beautiful, and that's a dead whale that's slightly decomposed. Just imagine it out in the open ocean. What a sight it must be. And you realise when you look at the baleen and you look at that massive tongue, that as the animal feeds, taking in swimming pool sized lumps of the ocean and then pushing them out through the baleen, you realise what an efficient feeding method it is and why it's created the largest animals that have ever lived on planet Earth. Alongside my whale and dolphin research, I'm keen to offer my services as a diver, and I found just the place for my first job. Ever since the Mussel Festival, where I came third, incidentally,
in the mussel cooking competition. I've been quite intrigued every time I've driven past Killary Fjord here to see the mussel farms. So I've got in touch with Martin Nee, who runs this farm, and I'm going to go and dive with him today, just